paid staff in Britain, and many of them rely on tips to survive. The food and drink industry in the UK is huge. There are over 150,000 hotels, bars, and restaurants in the UK. These employ about 2 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Many waiting staff in the UK are happy that the new law is coming in. They said they were fed up with international chain restaurants keeping the money that was meant for waiters. The staff also said restaurant managers often use the tips to help pay for the chef and kitchen staff. Workers at the TGI Fridays restaurants chain went on strike earlier this year because of low pay. Prime Minister May said the new law would make sure restaurant workers are treated fairly. She said, "That's why we will introduce tough new legislation
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that workers get to keep all of their tips." A spokeswoman for a restaurant industry said a new law was unnecessary because the industry makes sure working conditions are fair.
See?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for reading, Miss Yang. All right. So this is about all the restaurants and hotels. It's not just in the restaurant. It's also in bars, hotels that it's happening. So the food and drink
Yeah.
industry in UK is really big. It's really it's not just small, because
Yeah.
UK is big, right? In England. So like if it's this is gonna happen, what's your opinion about this one? What do you feel? I
Mm,
mean, what do you feel that these people, these restaurants owners are trying to get money from the staff? They don't give it totally.
um, Actually, in Korea, the tip culture isn't common. The
Mm.
kind of culture is quite uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know
You did, yeah.
how is it affect. Yeah,
Mm. Okay.
how can, yeah. But
Okay.
if the customer pay tips for the worker,
Mm-hmm.
the restaurant owner should give that
No.
tips
No.
to worker.
Actually, in a restaurant, if it's a big restaurant, I'm not really sure how does it work there in the food industry in UK. But here in the Philippines, we have it here. I was working in the restaurant for so long.
Mm,
For the tip, we have tip backs. Okay, so after sometimes every 15 days, or yeah, we have to do that every 15 days. We have to divide it to each and everyone that are working in the restaurant, from chef until to the lowest position in the restaurant. So how much, whatever inside the tip box, it was divided fairly to the workers.
mm,
Even the chef or the cook gets to have a share from the tip box. But I'm not sure how does it work in UK. But then I heard in USA they how do you do that? Customers give tip to the workers or the waitress or waiter
mm-hmm,
directly.
mm,
I'm
mm,
not just really know how does it work in UK, if they also do that to, like, divide it. But I think no. From this article, it sounds like even from, oh, where is it? Okay, even from the tip box, the customer, they used it to pay for the chef. So
mm,
they didn't use or give the tips to the workers. So that's why there are
mm,
a lot of people that are so upset about what happened, or what's the uh, that they're doing that, because it's for eventually, yeah, it's a tip is for workers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it should be for them, because it's just like, it's some kind of a payment for their good work or for their services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's it, and then it became a law already.
Mm.
When you travel to other country, did you travel to other country?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Many.
when you were like going to the restaurant or some like in the hotel, do
Mm-hmm.
you also give tip?
No, actually, we most Korean
Don't do that.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's not, you're not used to it.
yeah. But
Mm.
I heard that in some countries we have to give tips for
Mm-hmm.
low income low income staff.
Mm-hmm.
So some few times I gave it to them, but
Oh.
only for just $1.
It's already, it doesn't matter how much is it, as long as it came from your heart, right? You know that some of the restaurants here, if you see that, like, if they give you the bill, sometimes this is happened to, it's only happened to the fine dine restaurant. They
Yeah,
already included the service fee. That means that's
yeah.
already the tip.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, but if you have that on your bill, you don't have to give tip anymore, because they have
Yeah,
it
yeah.
on the service fee. So mostly it happened, especially this TGIF Fridays restaurant. They
Mm-hmm.
how much they got for the service fee? It's really big. They get the service fee big enough for this, for each customer.
Is it included?
Yeah, included.
Mandatory.
Yeah, included in your bill.
Uh,
It's written then, service fee. Like that, whatever you order, everything is there, right? And when you look down on the bottom, service fee, blah blah, something like that. Usually it costs like $2 or $3. The service fee each, the fine dine, especially for fine dine restaurant. You
mm.
didn't notice that when you eat in a restaurant?
No, no. We also have TGIF, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that there's
Really?
a service fee. Yeah, I
They
didn't.
have. You noticed it when you eat there. You noticed it on the bottom of your of the food that you order, or for that you order. There is a service fee written there.
Mm,
Sometimes we actually I just know it recently. Before I didn't know also, because when I see and pay the bill, I just like, oh, how much? Then I just give the money. I didn't check the bill. So recently
yeah.
I saw it. There is a service fee.
Mm.
But for the small restaurant, they don't have it.
Mm. So the restaurant owner just take all
Mm.
the tips and
Yeah, they
divide
took
it.
it. Yeah, they don't. But here in the Philippines, they divided it. Even the owner do that. They divided,
Uh,
or the manager do that. They divide. Even the manager get the tip sometimes. It really
mm,
depends on how big is it. But if they do that weekly, yeah, it's big.
mm.
It's not small. The tip box, Miss Yang, no, it's not small. It's really big.
Yeah, yeah.
But then in UK, so look at this happening in the UK. I just learned it now. Before I
Mm,
read this morning. Ah, really? I didn't know that the owner of the restaurants have to, they keep they have the right to keep the tip. They don't give
mm,
it to the employee. So that's why they make it
It's
a low.
really, I think it was really unfair before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? It's not
Yeah.
for them. It's not for the owner. The owner already got the money from the customers from their menu, pay for the food.
Yeah.
They already have a lot of uh that's that's what they get there. They get a lot already. So and then
Mm,
after that, okay, and also they're gonna get the tip. So I think it's not really fair.
mm,
It's so unfair for the poor workers of
I
the
think so.
restaurants, right? Also in the
Yeah.
bars it happens, in hotels, but then
In where? Ah, bars. Oh.
hotels, bars, and restaurants. So also in
Oh.
especially in hotels, hotels are really good. People in hotel workers get really big tip because especially if the hotel is
Ah, I heard also. I also heard this kind of big tips for
mm-hmm,
hotel workers.
hotels.
Yeah, sometimes they give luxury bags to the
Mm-hmm.
workers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially if they are the what do you call that, a regular customer or the regular client in that hotel.
Mm,
They give gift to the, usually to the receptionist, you know, because
mm,
that's the first thing, or that's the first person that they're going to talk to. So most
mm,
of people, when especially tourists, when they travel and they're already
mm,
regular and that day, yeah, it happens,
mm.
especially in Thailand, Vietnam.
They really want to uh, take tips.
Yeah, and it's not good, right? That's so
Mm,
greedy of the owners to do that, for those
yeah,
owners. Yeah.
yeah.
It's too much already. They already earn so much money from their from their from their establishments, from their restaurants, you know, from the
Mm,
food that they serve.
mm,
So it's unfair because, you know, as you know, working in a restaurant is not easy.
yeah, yeah.
It's very
It was
hard.
really hard. I also. Oh, you said you also worked at
Mm.
restaurant for 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I started as a clerk. Actually, I started as a waiter, and then I'll become a clerk, and then after
mm,
that, I working for a clerk for how many years, and then I became a supervisor.
mm, mm. And I know that it is really hard. My body
No,
felt.
oh my god, it's not really
My
a joke. The whole day that you're standing, or the whole time, or
mm,
if you are a part time, it's 3 to 4 hours part time. So you're going to stand for that long, you know. So it's really
mm,
difficult.
yeah.
Serving food for that long, oh my god, it's not
Mm,
easy.
yeah.
So these days it became a law. It is a a new legislation in UK that they're going to do that, to be fair to the
Mm,
workers, because it's not really good. Oh my god, I was so shocked when I read this. It never
mm-hmm.
happened. Yeah, it never happened here in the Philippines.
Oh,
Never. Because we have a tip box on the counter, and the register.
mm,
So we all know.
mm,
Alright, so Miss Yang, I think our time is over now. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm gonna see you again. Oh, I didn't notice that actually. I'm going to see
Mm,
you again on, oh, I'm gonna talk to you again on Monday. Alright?
okay.
Alright, thank you so much for your time today, Miss Yang, and have a great weekend.
You teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
엄마, 엄마? 근데 이 뭔지 알지 이거? 엄마 이게 쟤들 나 월컴이한테 됐든 말든. 아? 아? 엄마.